What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I wanted to talk about Terra Luna Classic burns because as we are 4 days in to December, 4 days, the burns are already looking insane for Terra Luna Classic. And I want to go through exactly what those burns will look like, potentially look like for, Terra Luna Classic if we just only included 4 days in December. And technically it was only 3 days, but we're kind of including kind of an overnight scenario. But I'm going to look at all of this and we're going to talk about the volume. We're going to talk about how much the burns will look like. If we had the full breakdown to all of the days in the month to understand exactly what the volume will be, you would see, an insane amount that you could burn off. You would actually be able to project all of this stuff out. But CoinMarketCap doesn't have the ability to look at previous days' volume anymore. You used to be able to look at that, so I had to go another route in order to figure that out. But let's talk about burns because while we've seen Binance that has burned off, we know that they could potentially burn off a lot more as we see a ton more volume. So guys, before we get into this, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, those links are also in the description. It seems like everything we're talking about today is all about Terra Luna Classic. We are going to have some other videos that pop in here and there. I feel like there's just a lot happening in the market and I can't keep up with everything. So I may even upload on the Matthew Perry 2 channel later just to have, more things that we are talking about because there's a lot. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Rumble, feel free to follow me on that platform. If you're watching on Rumble, thank you for doing so. But if you don't know, Binance does a burn every single month. Yes, we were questioning if the burn was going to happen because of, CZ's departure and Richard Tang's entry into it. But as we saw the AMA on the first of the month, we really saw that burn that has happened. And the burn was 3.9 billion because we've seen a decent amount of volume that happened in like a matter of a week. Well, now we're seeing a crazy amount of volume in a matter of like 3 or 4 days. And I wanted to talk about exactly what the projections will be compared to those 3 or 4 days that we did see. So let's go ahead and get into where Terra Luna Classic is right now. And we'll also look at the burn that we saw before. So currently, if we look at the position, it's sitting at 0.0002596, or let's just say 26 or 2.6% of a penny. We see that it rose 302% in the last month for this 302%. Majority of that happening within the last maybe like week or two, week and a half. 7 days, I believe, we're up like 100+%. Yeah, we're up 111%. And then, seeing the last like 2 weeks or week and a half, it really pushed up. It's up 300% from these lows of 0.000064. And we're also seeing it at a $1.5 billion market cap. And if we look at the volume that we're seeing right now, $1.2 billion, $1.2 billion in volume for today. Projected volume for today should be north, I would say somewhere around the 1.5. Let's say that's where it will be standing. If we look at the volume to market cap ratio, we're looking at 73% of that volume to market cap ratio with 5.8 trillion in circulating supply. And obviously with that, we want to be able to decrease that supply. And before, when we've seen a lot of volume, we wanted to see more and more burns that were going through, right? And it was in the form of billions, but CZ didn't implement what he implemented until it came down to like 100 or 200 million dollars in volume, right? Because we implemented the burn tax, and as soon as we implemented the burn tax, we had everybody that was already staking and moving over on chain, so majority of the on chain volume went away. And we saw 100 million, 200 million. So now we're seeing $1 billion again, and we're able to kind of understand how much that will factor into burns. Now, if we look at LUNC burn tracker, again, if you guys want to go and check out LUNC metrics, feel free to go and check them out. They're the only ones that are doing any type of effort or making any type of effort on tracking the burns, tracking all of this stuff, and giving you a lot of information while they're doing that. You can follow them on Twitter at LUNC burn tracker. I will provide their link down below if you guys want to check them out because, they, like I said, they're the only ones doing it, and you want to make sure you have at least one source to give you all of the burn information, or else you're going to have to go and look for it yourself. Or people like me, you have to get that information from me, which means I would have to do an extra amount of research in order to search for the burns that are happening. So anyways, Binance burn for last month was 3.9 billion. 3.9 billion that happened within the month. And majority of that volume happened within like the last 7 days or 10 days of the month. So today, or you could probably say, what are the numbers looking at right now? Like why do you think that it's insane right now? Well, currently we are 3 days in, 3 or 4 days in. It's December 4th right now. And I know for a fact that we've seen a lot of volume because you can see it right in front of your face. And you see the other days that were like 500 million, 600 million, 400 million, things of that nature. So seeing that we see like 1.2, 1.5 billion dollars, what are the projections for next month just for the first 4 days of this month, or first 3 days really of this month? Well, I'm going to go over to an Excel spreadsheet and just break down exactly what that is. So this is projected with the 1.5 billion in volume. We can see $1.2 billion in volume if we want to, but it's not really going to be too much of a change. But let's look at this. So currently, it's a very simple spreadsheet. It's not anything crazy. I literally just did a calculation. So we had 1.5 billion in volume, 600 million. We had 400 and 500 million dollars worth of volume for 4 days. We had a lot of volume that was going through. So you have $3 billion in volume. This is dollars, $3 billion in volume. Let's say it's 2 to 3 billion. Either way, still going to be insane. You look at the amount that comes out of here, which is multiplied by 0.1%, which is what their fee would be for Binance. And now you would also divide that in half because they would only basically take half of that fee and burn that off. Just at that, and looking at a 0.000 or 2.5% of a penny, you're looking at 6 billion coins to burn off. Like adding another 2 billion coins to a full month value in last month, right? In the month that we've just seen, right? So we're looking at 2 more billion coins for just what's projected for the last 4 days or so, right? Insane, right? And imagine adding on more and more volume with all the popularity that we may see going throughout this week, as long as the crypto market does stay very, very bullish, which, I mean, it's already at a $1.54 trillion market cap. So honestly, I think this is insane to see. The fact that we've seen, this much volume that is going through, the projections are already looking this great, because again, we haven't seen billions of dollars worth of volume since the level that we got to or since the implementation of the burn tax through Binance that CZ put in place. So hopefully this continues and we see December that burns, we see January, February, March, April, all of those through the bull market that burns, because if they take away the burn tax from us at a time to where we're seeing the most volume, that will honestly suck, because we've had the burn tax for all this time throughout the lower end. Why can't we have the burn tax throughout this higher end of volume? Is it because they may end up losing out on some of the fees that they can gain and money that they can gain back? I don't know. So let's make sure we know whether they are going to do these burns, because it will be a major factor into how much revenue they make, especially looking at multiple billions of dollars worth of volume. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out any of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, those links are also in the description. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.